Hi guys, welcome back to another video from ZimdogTuning. Welcome back to the channel. Today it's the second in a series of the HLR Hot Lap challenges that I've started to do recently. I'm pleased to report that last week I actually ended up winning, and I got a really cool paint which I'll show you in a minute, and which was great. So really happy to do that, and to come excited to go into the next week or so, which, as you can see, is in a slightly different car to last week. So here we've got the 1982 Lancia 037 Stradale, and actually this is one of the cars we raced in Forza RC, and you can see our sort of official TPR livery that we raced, which is pretty cool, done by AB Graphics, and it looks awesome here, and it looks even better out on the track. If you guys want to get involved at the HLR series, it's really simple. Get yourself over to the Forza Motorsport forums, go down to the tuners garage area, sort of scroll down a little bit. It's the HLR Series 2 one. There's quite a few threads. This is the Celine sort of that I paint, that I got HLR Moss sort of painting that, and it tells you sort of what the next week is, what the criteria, and if you also sort of follow the link on there, it takes you to the scoreboard, and this is what we're doing this week around Spa. So there's a couple of different cars, but in the Lancia, stock powertrain, you do have the option to go for the 3.7 V6 or the 1.4, the rally engine, which we all love. Well, have a love-hate relationship from previous sort of Forzas. No all drive, nothing like that, just completely sort of stock on this side. There is a turbo build, but actually I've gone with the supercharger build, which I think is better, gives you sort of better top end on this game. Adjustable front sort of aero. Some of these other ones look really cool though. I wish the one with the 4 lights and the sort of roll cagey bit on the front was the quickest. Again, the same on the back. Adjustable area. You can have one with a tyre on the top, but you've got to have the rear wing, unfortunately. Stock side skirts and rear bumper, and also a stock bonnet, even though they look pretty cool, the other ones. Going back to the tyres, there is a build you can have for this with the stock tyre compound, but I've gone with street tyres. Actually, no front width, okay? Again, there is one with full front width, but I've gone one with stock front width, and you'll see how the tune's sort of set up for that, and full rear tyre width. Look how fat those tyres are, 315 sections. Look how heavy it is as well, almost 25 pounds difference in the width of the rubber, which is pretty crazy. So not just added grip, but added weight, and then choose the right rims to work for you. Front upgraded rim size, not the biggest one, as that sort of makes it heavier, but just enough to sort of tip us into the right PI. No upgraded sort of rim size on the back, even though it does look pretty cool. No clutch. Again, you see where I've been sort of experimenting with other builds. Street transmission, you see the PI drop there, 605 with a stock one, 600 with a street transmission. If someone could explain that to me, that'd be fantastic, but I guess one of those things that sort of Forza does. And again, they must have race differential. Absolutely imperative to have that diff on the car. Race brakes, the lighter, they're more efficient. The stock springs and dampers are actually adjustable, so I've left them there. You don't want the drift springs. Race anti-roll bars. No roll cage, although the middle one is probably about par. So it's a bit heavier but a bit stiffer. So up to you to experiment, and then race weight reduction at the end, quite a lot of weight saved. Engine took me quite a long time to get the right sort of build for this car. As you see, I'm going to buy almost every single thing. We've got race intake, no carburetor, street ignition, race exhaust, brings the weight down by quite a lot actually. No cams. I did experiment with one at Scar rev a little bit high, but it wasn't worth it. Sport valves, race valves, beg your pardon. Sort of street engine block. See where I bought the bigger engine block, but it wasn't worth it in the end. And actually, race pistons brings us up to the sport supercharger Positive displacement supercharger brings us up to that 300 brake. There's no intercooler or flywheel or any of that business. You see, we're right on the limit there of weight, so even 1 pound tips us over into A class, which isn't what we want to do for this challenge. So onto the tune. 2828. Don't have a gearbox, so it's, gearing is completely stock. Quite neutral on the alignment, -13. High caster. Now, remember we have a lack of front tyre width. Okay, so the car is set up to oversteer massively. Okay. Really soft front anti-roll bar. The front springs are softer than the rear springs. Again, on the rebound and the bump stiffness, it's designed to get the back of the car rotating round so you can get on the power early with those 315 section rear tyres. No aero on the back, full front. Change your braking balance to what you want, and then full diff, full accel diff, and no decel diff. We want the car rotating really well for us. So, you join me on board. It's one of the sessions I did this morning. Ended up posting quite a decent lap time. Remember, it's 2:35.7, the quickest one we've got to beat at the minute, and the last lap was a dirty 2:34.9. So we see if we can sort of match that. Braking line for me today, I actually found it quite difficult to sort of get to know this track without the braking line in this car, especially sort of through Eau Rouge. It's incredible the amount of feedback you actually get from the line, and through corners like this where it's sort of let off, half throttle, a bit twitchy at the top. It's really useful to get that feedback from the line. Shift at about 134, 135 into fifth in this car. So just when the power band equalises out, and you'll see we're pulling away from that other Ghost, which is a slightly less power, slightly heavier as well, but got more tyre width on the front. So you can see he gets into our Ghost sort of on turn in. He's able to turn a bit sharper, but we can sort of carry that momentum through because of the diff. It's really high. As soon as we get on the power, the car keeps turning. Always dive into this corner a bit more. There's actually a bit of green you can sort of clip on the right hand side there. Again, floor it, get the back of the car round. You see, we always step out there, right onto this curb. Again, clip the green on the inside and power out. We're close to getting penalty there, but we've got to be on the limit to set a good lap time. Quick look back. See, we're a little bit ahead now. This corner really frustrating actually with no tyre width on the front. It feels like it takes an absolute age to get on the power, but once you're through, you can see we're sort of comfortably ahead of that Ghost now. We're actually 8 thousandths up on our lap time, which is good. You can you can go on the green curve on the inside there, and again on this one, really almost off the track, but it's a much quicker line than going round. You can obviously shorten the track. Again with this one, get on the power as early as you can. A little bit of hesitation for me. Stay wide on this curve to get a wider wider entry into this one. We can actually take it flat, because you can use the gear shift to kick the back end of the car around. A little bit of a breather here. Again, sort of up to 134, 135 miles an hour before we shift. And this is absolutely flat in this car. Taking wider entry as possible right over the white line, so we maintain that speed. And into the last corner. Pick your braking point. It's not quite on where it goes red if you're using the braking line. A couple of different lines. I like to take some curbs that are quite narrow on the inside there. Second half of that could have been better, but across the line and quick look back, you'll see we're quite far ahead of the Ghost. Imagine this is going to be quite quick again, and across the line in a 2:34.916, so just a little bit quicker than the previous lap. So, as you can see, guys, just a quick video to sort of show you this week's hot lap challenge, the car I've been using, the build, and also the tune, and a bit of a sort of mini track guide, if you like. We'll be doing a more detailed Spa track guide coming very soon with one of my sort of FRC colleagues, so have a look out for that. Don't forget to get yourself across to the Forza forums to sign up to this hot lap challenge. There's 40-50 people doing it each week, and the more that grows, the better that is. Anyway, I'll leave you to it, and look out for the next video. Make sure you subscribe. If you found this useful, then give it a thumbs up. Hit the little bell icon so you get a notification each time I post something. More tuning videos, more builds, and more track guides, and just a couple of race nights. So until next time, thanks very much, guys. See you later.